So OTAs began today, and all I can say is this. If the Eagles don't win the division, it's a disappointment. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and so OTAs began today for the Philadelphia Eagles, and all I can say is this. I need more. I need pads, I need helmets, I need hitting, I need playing. I don't know how I'm going to make it to preseason. I've never wanted to watch a preseason game so bad as I do right now. But we're going to have to wait. And we're going to get into all of this in a second because there's a lot to talk about. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss any of the Eagles daily content we put on here. You don't want to miss Denzel Washington's face talking Eagles football. You don't want to miss any of it. So make sure you like and subscribe. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check. Double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. Now, oh, man, what a day. What a day, I tell you. I didn't sleep much at all last night. My cat isn't going through this phase where it's trying to move all the kittens all night long, all around. And it's just like brutal trying to keep up with this thing. But it is what it is. You don't want to hear my problems. Anyways, so the Eagles started OTAs today, okay? Now they are going to be one of two teams holding 6 or fewer OTAs. No mandatory minicamp. All practices will be shorter. And the belief here is for the Eagles is that you'll have less injuries, less chance of injuries. And it's just better for the team. Look. When it comes to OTAs and it comes to those kind of things, the thing I like about it is just seeing the guys work out. It makes you feel that football season isn't too far away. But when it comes to battles, it's very hard. It's very hard to gain anything from it when they're in shorts and no pads. They're not hitting. This is like I said yesterday. This is where like the J.J. Arcega-Whitesides, all the momentum builds up about how good they look. This is where Jalen Reagor catches that one-handed catch. And you're like, ooh, wow. So I don't know what we can take from it really too much. I will say this, though. I thought last year, going into preseason, right, the Eagles did this last year, too. They didn't have a ton of OTAs. I don't think they had mandatory minicamp. But when they got into preseason, they played Jalen Hurts like one half series. Then he was sick week 2, and then he never played at all in preseason. I do think, and maybe I'm old-fashioned at this, but I do think it's good for these guys to go out in preseason and play more. Okay, I definitely do. I think when they do that, and they don't, when they skip so much preseason, I think they come out sloppy. Now, you could say to me, well, they didn't come out sloppy. They kicked Atlanta's butt. That is true. But I want to see more reps. I want to see these guys get all the work they can. At least the first 2 games of the preseason, okay? That's my thought. So we'll see how they do it, but I have a feeling we're not going to see very many of these guys in preseason anyways. So it's just something that we're going to have to deal with. I want to see him. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, what are my expectations for the season? What do I expect the Eagles? Cowboy fans love to put crap in your mouth. Oh, you guys think you're going to Super Bowl. Oh, you think you're the dream team. Oh, you think this. And I hate that name, the dream team. I hate that name. Because when they built that team, other than Nnamdi Asomugha, I wasn't impressed with what they did. Because everybody was over 30. One day I'm going to do a video on the dream team. And I'm going to go through all the guys they brought in, the ages, and you can see how that team is nothing like they're building right now, okay? But, Cowboy fans for Mark Holmes, I don't know what they think. They think that we're claiming Super Bowl. Not one Eagle fan I've heard say anything about Super Bowls. And we shouldn't. I don't think that should be the expectations for the year. My expectations for the Eagles are simple. This is what I expect at a minimum, okay? I expect the Eagles to win their division. I expect them to win their division. If they don't win the division, barring massive amount of injury, I'm going to say it's disappointing. I think the Eagles are good enough to win their division. They're good enough to get a home playoff game when they win their division, and they're good enough to maybe win a home playoff game, and at least get to the second round playoffs. If they get that, then I'm going to say, okay, we took a step. Now the next step, And if Hurts goes out and kills it this year, you could be looking at least the NFC Championship game with a chance to win. That's the honest truth. But those were kind of my expectations. But like I said, we got a long way to go. We haven't even gotten to preseason yet. We haven't even gotten to training camp yet. We're still in OTAs. There's still reason and there's still room to build this roster. You still can build this roster right now. I talked about trading Jalen Reagor yesterday, and I'll move him to any team that has somebody that is a disappointment on their team with a little bit of talent that maybe the change of scenery will help. Cleveland Farrell was one of the guys we talked about yesterday. I'm going to give you another one, and I'll throw this one out to you guys. A lot of people, and there's been a lot of suggestions, that one of the things the Eagles may want to do, and it may work for both teams, it's a low risk for both teams, put it that way, is for the Eagles to trade Jalen Reagor to the Jacksonville Jaguars for Laviska Shenault, the wide receiver. Shenault has a lot of talent, a lot of people. I liked him coming out of college too, but he's just had a lot of injuries. But, maybe a change of scenery would be good. To me, anything getting Jalen Reagor out and somewhere else is a good thing. And listen, I feel bad for the kid, okay? He lost a friend yesterday. Then a year ago, he lost another friend. And when he lost his friend a year ago, he came in, he failed his physical. He wasn't ready physically or mentally to play. I hope that doesn't impact him this year. Losing somebody, especially when you're young, is very, very hard. So, to me, I think a change of scenery is what the Eagles need to do with Jalen Reagor. If it's Cleveland Farrell, I'm down. If it's Laviska Shenault, I'm down. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Just get him off the team. And I don't say that. And I honestly am not saying that to be mean. Okay, I'm saying it because I think it's best for the Eagles and it's best for him. Why is it best for the Eagles? Well, because it's very hard for me to see a front office not wanting to interfere with what the coaches want to do when Reagor is getting paid more than a lot of the other guys at wide receiver. So are they really going to keep a guy who was a first-round pick just a few years ago? Are they going to really let him be the fifth receiver on the team? Because that's what he would be, the fifth or sixth receiver on the team. Let me tell you, Devontae Smith is better. A.J. Brown is better. Zach Pascal is better. Quez Watkins is better. I would say Greg Ward Jr. is better. So are you going to really keep him as the fifth or sixth wide receiver, making that kind of money? Most likely not. Most likely the front office is going to want the coaches to put him in and try to use him because they're paying him. So it doesn't help the Eagles to have him. It doesn't help Quez Watkins to have him because Quez Watkins is the third receiver. So I say move him. Move him and go try to get him. Try to trade for something. If you want to trade Baltimore and get Chuck Clark, I'm okay with that. But I don't think Baltimore wants to do that. I think whatever they didn't agree with, Baltimore and the Eagles, whatever they didn't agree with, it didn't have to do with Jalen Reagor. It had to do with pick Baltimore wanted and the Eagles were willing to give up. Jalen Reagor was the throw-in. So, to me, I think, and I'm going to say this, you got to find a way to get rid of him. You have to let him go. Even if it comes to cutting him, June 1st is tomorrow. So, after June 1st, they can start. You're going to see teams start cutting some players. We may see some decent players kind of shake free. And if the Eagles decide to cut Jalen Reagor tomorrow, and no, I don't call him Jalen Reagor because I can't pronounce Reagor. I call him Reagor because that's what he is. Some people say that's an insult to Nelson Aguilar. Fair enough. But he took 12 years off my life. I owe him. That's how I see it. Nelson Aguilar took 12 years off my life. The biggest one was running down the sideline. Perfect pass, Monday Night Football. Carson Wentz, perfect throw right through his hands. Forget it. That was 2 years, 3 years off my life. That could have changed Carson Wentz's whole career. Because people were saying he never had the big win and the big moment on the prime time. Here it was starting to come. Nelson Aguilar, right through his hands. So, excuse me if I call Jalen Reagor. But he's got to go. Has to go. And it is going to be interesting to see who gets cut, who doesn't, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I can't wait for the season. I can't wait to kick these Giant fans' ass, kick Washington's ass, kick Mark Holmes and the Cowboys fans' ass. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. One thing I should also mention is they apparently are working on Jalen Hurts' throwing motion. I think that's fine because I thought, the first couple of years, his throwing motion definitely needed work. We'll see what it looks like. There was one little video. I wouldn't post it because I'm afraid, I don't know if the website will get mad at me, but they showed him throwing. I couldn't see anything from what they were showing, not at that point, but it, I do think throwing motion mechanics, I think footwork, I think all that stuff is things that we need him to have worked on and improve on. So we'll find out how it goes, but OTAs started, and really, I need preseason, man. I need preseason. With that said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. It's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Man, I'm tired. I was up all night with these kittens. You have children and you're up all night with the babies and stuff like that. I went through that with my kids, but now I'm going through it with these kittens. And it's not them, it's the mom. My cat keeps trying to move them. She wants to move them every few days to different places. So I have to try to work with her to keep them safe and let her feel like she's doing it, all coming back to the place where is the safest place and they're at. It's crazy. It's crazy, especially like when you clean the cage and change everything out. That's when she freaks out the most. I didn't sleep at all last night. So, oh, by the way, if I didn't respond to any comments in yesterday's video, I'm sorry. It was my daughter's birthday, and I had just a lot going on. I will try to get to all of them, including today's video and yesterday, so look for that. But hey, it is what it is, man. Just get me football. Denzel Washington out.